I began to think seriously about racism during the racial turmoil of the 1960s. Martin Luther King had been assassinated. My young former husband and I were stunned. We gathered our Kenwood neighbors to explore our white racism. Republicans, Democrats, all good people, they all came. We were the youngest and newest people on the block, and they were livid that we perceived them as racist. They thought we were arrogant and naive. The evening was a disaster. We were humiliated. Shaken by this experience, we started listening to wiser, older people who led racial justice projects grounded in understanding how much we white people had to learn. We believed we were making a positive impact on increasing opportunities for people of color. Still, I hadn't begun to conceptualize the concept of my white privilege. Decades later, when I chaired the board of an international humanitarian affairs organization, I spent a lot of time in sub-Saharan Africa. Still, I perceived us as benefactors and teachers who had so much to contribute to the lives of refugees. I didn't acknowledge or even understand my complicity with our U.S. and global systems of maintaining our white power. Only a few years ago did I really begin to understand my white advantage through a mortifying personal experience. I led an organization, a task force that was creating affordable housing for ex-offenders. Our leader was a distinguished Black man, a PhD-educated professional who was helping us understand the unique needs of the new residents. We became good personal friends. I turned to him, next on the agenda, and called him by the name of the only other Black person in the room. Stunned silence. I apologized. He told me not to worry. It happens all the time, he said. And that's why I'm so sorry, I said through tears. This moment made me realize that I had acted like just another careless white person. I began to wake up. Finally, I began to get personal about racial justice, realizing how I had unintentionally but willfully played the game of dominance. I currently co-lead Plymouth's Racial Justice Initiative and play a lead role with two other organizations committed to dismantling racism. Now I do so with humility. I'm exploring how I personally and collectively hold on to behaviors of systemic white racism. It has to begin with me being on the side of learning from people who face constant barriers to racial equity. It has to begin with me now. This I believe.